Hey, David Bartholomew's here. You were asking some questions about the recording setup that I use. You might not be able to tell, but the recording setup is actually in my bedroom. This is my bedroom. Um, the reason it's in my bedroom is look at these curtains. They're expensive light curtains and they filter the light really, really well. So the most important thing with this room is that any time of the day, night, any season, we get some nice filtered natural light that comes through and just gives us an ambient. So that is actually quite important. The second thing, and lighting is really, really key for what we're doing here because we're not using super high quality cameras, is that we've got two very soft box lights. So these are double blanketed soft boxes. So within the box, there's a separate, there's two layers of soft boxing. So there's an internal layer and an external layer of soft boxing. And both soft boxes have four separate globes. So we're flicking light and smashing it all around. And they really are very soft. They're not very bright, but they're very, very soft lights. And they're operating at slightly different angles. So if I come front and center, if you have a look, it's a bit difficult to see, but that light is more head on, bang to the face. And this light is coming across a little bit to the side and it's a little bit more forward than the other light. So what this does is it gives my face just a little bit of color contrast, shadow contrast, so that there is a little bit of perspective to my face. Also, this light is the one that's facing towards the ambient light. So this light is coming in and pressing in a little bit harder, but it's got this other natural wash light that's coming in beside the direct light. So it's almost that we're getting a gentle side wash, quite a direct illumination, and then a little bit of a contrasting side wash to this side wash. So I hope that makes sense. So I've talked about the lighting a lot because the lighting is actually probably the most fundamental part. So the second thing is, forget about the lighting. We'll come down here and have a look at what else we've got. We've got a filming setup. So I can't afford $1 million for a teleprompter. So what I have is a computer here. I can either use PowerPoint. If I use PowerPoint, I can get my mouse and put it in my hand and stand with my left hand down and only use one hand for gesturing. And then I can click the slides forward. Or I've had a more simple lot of filming today. So all I've done is I've written out the notes in Word and then expanded Word out to fit page width. And that then gives me my notes there, and I can just read those from the distance that I'm standing. But this is only for fairly simple films because I've got to fit the whole content for one film, all my keynotes, into one page. Otherwise, I have to do more than one cut, which also you can do, is just do one page and then cut the film and then stick it together. But that's the most important thing, is that computer, if you can see, is on a music stand, and not just any music stand. It needs to be a standing music stand. So a stand that's designed to be used by someone playing an instrument standing up. And you can see, even with that, it's not quite exactly parallel to the camera recording. The camera is recording right here. So I'm not looking at here, I'm looking at here. And so as you can see, the distance between where my eyes are going to flick is quite close. It's not perfect, and you'll see in my movies my eyes do flick to the side, but it's pretty close. In the absence of being able to spend a huge amount of money on proper filming equipment and a teleprompter. The final thing is an iPad. So that's doing the filming for me. And then when I finish the filming, I can just plug the iPad into my laptop and get all the imagery out. That is sitting on a very cheap and nasty but tall tripod, and then there's a specific iPad holding mount that sits on there. So that's the entire setup, and an extension cord leading down to power. So yeah, that's the setup: is a tablet, a laptop, a tripod with a mount for the tablet, a music stand which is tall. The taller the better. If you know and find an even taller music stand, tell me and I'll buy it. A double blanketed softbox with 4 internal globes. Doesn't have to be particularly powerful, each globe. 2 of those on quite tall stands. Those aren't expensive. And quite importantly, good side illumination. You don't have to have an awesome, super awesome window like this, but a super awesome window like this makes a good difference. So I hope that's helpful. That's the recording setup. The other thing which I'll let you know is that I'm wearing a tie and a shirt for the photos as well. So I think, I can show you that here. You can see that's the camera that's still filming me there. So you can see that I'm wearing a shirt and a tie as well. So the other thing that I did was, before I started filming, was I had a shower. That relaxed me and helped me get my hair right and look nice, and I had a shave. Having a shave I found has made a big difference. It relaxes me a little bit to have that shower, and then having a shave leave me nice and smooth, so that I look like a person who is not homeless. So I hope that's helpful, and any other questions let me know. Oh, that's the other thing is, if you're having problems with sound volume or quality, which I don't tend to have, but you can also plug in, this is a Rode lapel mic. So yeah, a Rode lapel mic can then go into the iPad just in the normal audio in, and it's got a clip on it that will clip to the top of the, either you can put it on the top of the iPad, or you can just put it here, sitting right next to here and facing forward as well. Either way, that will actually considerably improve the volume of the audio component if you need it, because it will make it clearer, and that will mean that in post-production, if they need to turn the volume up, they can. So it just gives you a bit of extra leeway there. So I hope that's been helpful. If you have any other questions, let me know.